checks.
I'm talking heavy
Verified.
hitters. Some of y'all's favorite rappers, NBA players, football players. It's like, to me, once you reach that level just of popularity, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. And for me, my whole journey on here, I felt like my life almost felt like I was in Disney World, like I lived in Disney World. Like, you get to skip the line, you get privilege. Like, people just want to be next to you. They don't even see you as human anymore. And you can either,
It used to be a time that fairy tales were true. The king and the queen and all the pills were blue. But then the pill changed, the red pill's the truth. Forget the married life, I got better things to do.
Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notifications button so you can get the videos as soon as I put them out. Next, I would not be talking about all women, even though it feels like it. And if it feels like I'm talking to you, you need to check yourself.
Nigga, what?
Next, if you want the music to the intro and the link to my second channel, they both are down in the description. All right, today we're going to be reacting to Brittany Renner again. And she goes to where again? Let's see here. She goes to teach college athletes how not to get finessed by women like her. Now, this is going to be my first time watching it, so I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm going to be reacting to it blindly. I'm just hurrying up, throwing it in there because I've seen it going viral. All right, and let's get to it.
So my name is Brittany Renner, aka Bundle of Brittany on Instagram. I have been on social media for almost...
Joke ain't took notes all year, but now you want to That's how the game starts with the phone.
Right.
They're going on Instagram and they see you. And what happens? They try to get off in them DMs and kind of take us on the journey of how this is played out.
I mean, honey, like, I feel like my DMs, it's like a Nike store. There's nothing but checks. So it just, for me, I feel like
Hold on. They missed that game.
He's right. Those guys just missed that game when she said, I see nothing but checks. All right. The thing that Deion Sanders is doing that I like the most is that he actually brought a thotty in there to tell the guys what's exactly going on. And he started out by saying they see girls like her and then they start getting into DMs. And she said, when I look at the DMs, I see nothing but checks. You have to understand, when you put yourself out there to be a servant, she's going to treat you as a servant. That's what guys in the DM are doing. They're trying to fulfill a fantasy with words and money.
nothing but blue checks.
They missed that game right there. She says like a Nike store.
It's like a Nike store. There's nothing but blue checks. So honestly, when you reach a certain status, you can have the pick of the litter. So for me,
she don't mean checks, paper. She mean blue checks.
I'm talking heavy
Verified.
hitters. Some of y'all's favorite rappers, NBA players, football players. It's like, to me, once you reach that level just of popularity, the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. And for me, my whole journey on here, I felt like my life almost felt like I was in Disney World, like I lived in Disney World. Like, you get to skip the line, you get privilege. Like, people just want to be next to you. They don't even see you as human anymore. And you can either, use...
She's right. This is why I tell you guys, you have to get control over your desires. It's what you're doing whenever you don't see Brittany Renner. It's all the other girls that you're practicing with by yourself. It's you pleasing yourself. It's releasing dopamine and telling you that you need to act this way around women. That's what she's basically trying to say, is that she has her pick of the litter of all these guys with money because they suffer from the same desirement as the broke guy. See, two guys are going to always need it. It's going to be a guy with money who's never had it before, and then it's going to be the guy that can't get it. Those are the two main guys that please themselves. And when they get around a girl like Brittany, or they get in the DM of a girl like Brittany, they cannot control themselves. That's why we practice no fap and get it on your grind.
Use it to your advantage and maybe abuse it, or you can, try to make something happen. So a lot of guys who are in my DM, you're in my DM because I'm Brittany Renner. So naturally, if you play a sport, it's kind of like, well, that's an incentive to talk to you. A lot of times, women, men in general, everybody wants something.
Thank you.
Everybody wants something. So it's like, even if we both have our own thing going on, me still being with you is a good look because you boost my stock. Just like you boost my, you know what I'm saying? Like, I boost your stock. It's just that simple.
she's explaining how the notoriety works on both ends. In other words, she's saying you're notarized because you're a famous athlete or you're a famous rapper. You're going to boost my stock just by talking to me when me and you start to talk. Or I'm already here from doing that, so I can only be with guys who have a name as well. That way it keeps us on the scene. As long as she stays on the scene, then there's always a guy in the DM. The problem the most is that people idolize celebrities and idolize people that are known. That's why there's no such thing as bad publicity. Whatever you got to do in the entertainment business to maintain keeping the people looking at you is way more important than anything. That's the overall root of what she's talking about.
It's kind of like a give and take, but you have to be aware of what you're signing up for. You want to make it to the NFL, and it's kind of like, you do understand there's a lot that comes with that, right? There's gonna, like, to be able to decipher who really loves you for you, I think that's like the $1 billion question we're all wanting to know.
Woo! I have to give it to her. That is a $1 billion question. That is a $1 billion question. People don't want to get to know each other for just to get to know each other. They want something out of each other. All right. The guys want sex from her. She want money from them. No one is ever dating just to say they like each other or to build something. It's always something that they want. I like what she.
This is how the game is played. Please know that. We putting you up on game because some of y'all gonna make it. I hope, pray all of y'all make it. Even if you make it in the business world, that's a whole nother category of game. In that world too, they just dress it up a little different.
Yeah.
The game is the same. Only thing changed is your name.
Yeah.
That's the stuff I just spit right there.
You are useful, and it's better to be useful than useless. So you just have to have that understanding that.
I'm going to piggy off what she just said when she said you are useful. Kevin Samuel says this all the time. You're not a high value man unless you're useful to the group. That's what she says. She can only go after a guy that she could get something from, or from a guy who wants to give out his resources. A lot of men out there want to give out their resources, especially millionaires and billionaires who have already bought everything in life that they want. And then when they see women like Brittany, they just want to shower them with money. It's either shower her with money so I can get a beautiful girl that turns me on. When I get horny, I can have sex with her, or do I just stay and be a lame? That's what they're thinking about whenever they get the money.
Okay, I have something to offer, you know, whether that's financial, status-wise, whatever. And people do see that as a bonus to be with you. There's nothing wrong with that because you both, like, both of you can have stuff going on, but you just have to be aware nobody is just here for nothing. It's just about figuring out who could be there during the times of adversity. And you would only know that going through adversity. Like, if you had an injury and you weren't able to play, or just for even a short amount of time, like, there are just certain things you're going to have to just see for yourself.
And Brittany is absolutely right here. All right. A lot of these guys out here, they just see the beauty. They're not in control of their desires. What she's telling you is a girl like me is going to take advantage of you because we don't see anything wrong with it. And the reason why they don't see anything wrong with it, because the poor guy, the middle class guy, and the guy with money react the same way when they're desperate. See, women, when they're younger, they start to think, all right, these younger guys don't act like older men. And then when they start dealing with older men, they're like, oh my God, these older men just want to have sex with me. So they start switching it up like, all right, I got too many guys to choose from. I'm going to go with the best options. This is why they get up to the guys and the rappers and the athletes, because those guys try to overpower the broke guys to compete for her. The broke guys fall in love with her. The insecure guys fall in love with her. The guys with money don't fall in love with her until they hand her a check. This is Anthony Spade. Hopefully you guys are able to get the message behind the video. Once again, Brittany out here putting on the show. You know what? She's doing better than Blue Jasmine. Jasmine came for a little bit and has disappeared. Renner's here to stay. Hasta la vista.